Now, Dan, here's the funny thing is my life as a doctor, I kind of get a bad rap a lot, just as we as doctors do in general, about being late. Now, Ricky and I almost always hear it from the peanut gallery about being, perhaps late or just a couple of minutes after the fact when we're not starting the show on time. Dan, I'm very thankful for you being the co-host today, filling in for Ricky Shoes as he's out of town. Dan, we're supposed to start at 7:45 Mountain. Do you want to tell the people what time you jumped on here?
It's about 8:45 my time, Central. So about, when we started.
Uh,
Who am I, Chad, to mess with tradition?
Perfect. As an Adam. Oh, it's a 101.
Boys and girls at home and kids in the gallery, let's go!
Hello, Pack-a-Maniacs, and welcome to another episode of Pack to the Future. Your host, Ricky, Mr. eBay, is out of town this week, so I'm going to be your host, Dr. Chad.
Someone call for a doctor?
And this week I am joined by a very special guest. This man needs no introduction, but you may know him from the Brewer and the Baker podcast. It's Mr. Dan.
Boy, I say, boy, you nicked one of the corners. That corner's about as sharp as a pencil after a test.
Dan, how you doing?
Higher than a 6, I say. 6.
Oh, I'm much better now. I love that clip.
That is a great clip indeed. All right. Well, everyone is in for a very special episode here. We are going to talk baseball cards. I'm going to look to revamp my Dodger baseball collection, and I need help. So I thought, who would be better than one of the hosts of the Brewer and the Baker baseball card podcast than Dan? So Dan, thanks for joining. We're also going to talk some hobby news and maybe talk about some little pickups that we've had along the way. Dan, how's that sound?
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, very good. Now, how are we doing on like bedtime for you? I know that you are fantastic with almost always being in our chat, and we are always very thankful for that. For me, 8:45, I'm starting dodging airplanes. My eyes are fading, and you got to be up early to bake some goods, correct?
You and me both are might be dragging our feet a little bit, but I'm here for the people.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, I will say this. We are not committed to an hour of dedicated podcast time. The hour's great, and I hope people always enjoy it, but we are going to deliver the content. Dan, you and I have a great time. If it lasts 2 hours, that's perfect. And
I'm up for it.
If it lasts 30 minutes, I'm okay with it as well.
Yep, we can go an hour.
I like it. Now, well, we've already got a comment here in the chat about Tim stuffing his face with torch. So Ricky and I actually reached out to Tim, and he was quite certain there was one of two things that happened. Either Tim is working tonight, which I think was the case, or he told Ricky and I that he was fairly certain he was going to be in Wendover and couldn't quite commit to pulling himself away from the slots to do the show.
We need to get a crowbar then. Let's do this.
He's a dedicated man to his craft. How about that? So, all right, Dan. Well, let me do some show announcements here per usual. And at the end of the show announcements, I'm going to have you plug your show again as well. There is an over-under in our group chat about how many times the Brewer and the Baker podcast will be mentioned. The Brewer and the Baker podcast came out within the past year. And Dan, really, the premier baseball card podcast that I listen to is Brewer and the Baker. You and your co-host, you guys are doing a fantastic job. If everyone is not listening to them already, they should go ahead and go do so.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Thanks for talking us up. It's been a lot of fun. Mitch and I have been it's been stressful coming up with topics, and we only do a show once every other week. So you guys do one once a week. Holy hell.
Just yesterday, as I reached out to Ricky, so we're going to pull the curtain back on this one. I told him, I got done with work. I'm like, Ricky, my brain is drained. I don't know where to go with topics this week. I'm like, do you want to record Wednesday night? Like, can you do it a day early? If not, what are you thinking? And it was one of those weeks I'm like, I just have no idea. And then I was running on the treadmill. This must have been 2 days ago because yesterday I was running and listening. And I think I was scrolling through some baseball cards and I saw Yamamoto pop up. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to reach out to Dan because I think we can talk about firing up my card, baseball card fandom once again. So anyway, I digress. Let's move on with this. Dan, I got to get through the show announcements. First and foremost, I want to remind people how they can best view the content of our show, and that's over at our website, pttfpodcast.com. From there, you can see each and every one of our YouTubes, which if you do watch the YouTube, please just take a second to click the like button and subscribe so that you can be notified each and every time that we drop a new video. But also, we have a sponsor and affiliate links tab on the website, pttfpodcast.com, where you can see promo codes that will get you discounts on all of your favorite hobby goods stores, such as BCW supplies, Zion cases, Preza card cases for your slabs if you want to put them in a binder. But the biggest way you can help support the show is through our eBay affiliate link. You sign into eBay, you click the affiliate link, and everything that you purchase in the next 24 hours comes at no additional cost to you, but helps support the show with a little bit of kickback. And Dan, you've been a user of this, and we very much appreciate this. You may also be aware that Ricky and I started a little contest to help give back to people who have been utilizing this eBay affiliate link. So each and
They
every
won't be
month,
on the list this week, unfortunately.
you will or will not.
I will not be on the. I'm still recovering from another purchase that I made earlier this month.
Yeah, I think you had a big one, and I think I saw it. We just didn't necessarily highlight it, but I think you talked about it on your latest podcast. No, Did I think about that or no?
I may have referred to it, but not by name. It hasn't. It's still on its way to eBay authentication.
Okay, so
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah. So we got to talk about it, and you don't have to name the card, but I'm going to do this here in just a moment. I have started to become a bit superstitious, and I guess this is appropriate for a baseball card discussion for a baseball show. I get a little superstitious about not talking about the cards until they physically arrive in my hand. Are you the same way?
Not generally, but this one seems big enough that I need to.
Isn't that weird? Like,
Very strange.
I guess I've had a couple of cards go missing, and sometimes when people send things to the show, like they don't show up. But it is odd that that happens, and I have very much turned that way despite not having evidence to back that up. So it made me smile that you said that. So, all right, let's talk about this week. Oh my gosh, I forgot to put this up. Dan, I need a randomizer. I'm going to show these links. Give me just 1 second. We've got a little bit of a smaller list this week of our eBay purchases. And so,
guys, you got to step it up.
Yeah, people do need to step it up, but I think everyone might be in a very similar boat as you, as perhaps,
fair.
You know, you get your eBay gift cards perhaps, or you get your post-Christmas purchasing in, and then from there, things kind of slow down, but we do have a few fun ones. Let's review those now. All right, Dan, I think you can see this up on the screen. Let me know if you can't.
It's a little small, but I'll, oh man, where's the bell?
I'm not familiar with that. It's the first time I've heard such things. So let's see if we can enlarge this. Here we go. All right. So the first one, boy, it doesn't have a name. It just says a flawless. So 24-25 flawless patch numbered to 25 Celtics in game worn. I wish it told us who it was. I think I probably got a fairly good idea of who bought it.
My eyes directly went to Diana Taurasi for some reason. Couldn't tell you why.
Oh, okay. What do we have here? 2025 Panini Donruss, a diamond. Boy, that I don't have a photo of the card up here. I imagine it's no, the diamond. It's not going to be a diamond embedded card coming out of Donruss. Do you know what the diamond is referring to there?
No clue. Probably some really loud foil that Donruss puts together.
Yeah, that would seem to make the most sense. We have some more WNBA with Asia Wilson or Red Hollow.
CL Duque, Dontrell Willis too.
Oh yeah, D-Train Purple numbered to 33 out of 2004 inscribed. So is that a signed jersey patch? Is that what we're looking at?
I would assume, but 2004 was when I was out of the hobby, so that's a blank spot for me.
Okay, I gotcha. Oh, Ticket Stub making its way on here. A Trey Johnson 2025 NBA debut full ticket of the Washington Wizards. How about that?
Don't know who that is, but that's very cool.
Yeah, that's
Important to somebody.
Yeah, yeah, I like that a lot. So let's head on over to the randomizer. Let's see if I can do this live on the air. Usually I have this teed up, but what a complete idiot. Dan, why don't you this week?
I blame me.
No, you're in great shape. Tell me how many times that we are going to hit the randomizer to find out who this week's winner is and will be entered into the month-long competition for the eBay gift card.
You know, one thing I used to be really big into like Razes and things of that nature, and one thing that always bothered me is one randomization is not going to make it any less random than 5 randomizations. So just do it once.
I like it.
If
No
they
one ever
let you.
does that. It's always made me wonder. So we're going once?
Just once.
All right, here we go. How about this? The winner
Diana Taurasi. Nice.
is exactly where your eyes went. Yeah, which is the Taurasi. So if you are the purchaser or now the owner of the Diana Taurasi 2025 Panini Donruss Diamond, please send me a photo of that card over on the Instagram at Pack to the Future Podcast. At the end of the month, we will randomize each and every winner of the week for that eBay gift card. So there we go. All right, very good. A couple other announcements to get through. We want to remind people that every Wednesday we have coming out Card Talk with Mrs. Doc over on the YouTube and podcast forum, where we will break down each relevant hobby release for the week so that way you can stay on top of all of the latest products. And then sometimes on Friday, if time allows, I'll do a little football card talk over on the YouTube, where we review Fanatics and sometimes Golden auctions to see what type of football cards are coming up so that you can learn about football cards with me. All right, Dan. Well, speaking of which, I don't have any more announcements. Do you have any announcements? You want to announce anything for your podcast? You got anything here? I know it's kind of an odd time to do that, but
No, it's okay. I can tease what we're going to do.
yeah,
How about
let's
that?
do it. Yeah, that sounds
So
good.
we're going to do a state of the hobby from our points of view, which is a little bit on the lower end than I think many podcast hosts will be. So it'll be an interesting look at the hobby, I think.
Yeah, tell me more. Tease it a little bit more if you can.
So when I pitched this to Mitch, I said, you remember when we were like in high school and like in our 20s and the State of the Union address was always in like, end of January and not in the middle of March, which is how it is now. We're going to do a state of the hobby and just kind of go from, the macro look at the hobby to, and slowly work our way down to a personal look and the state of our hobby. When I say our hobby, I mean our collection.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting look at it.
I like it. Can we expect that on the next episode?
Yeah, that's what we're going to be recording on Saturday, which will be released on Thursday next week.
Awesome. Well, I do love the fact that you're going to be recording another show, but Saturday should not be the day that you do it, because as we transition into segment 1, I've got a mail day. And more importantly, on Saturday, you should be watching your AFC West champion, Denver Broncos, finally dethroning the Kansas City Chiefs after a decade of terror. But Dan, I don't even know if I put this card in the show chat. I had a big eBay mail day come in this week, and this is one that, like you, I didn't want to talk about until it actually got here, is to not jinx the card from coming in.
I see a quarterback listed in the show notes.
Yes, you do. Your hero that you have you made yourself quite vulnerable when you did this, when you told me outside of the main group chat and you messaged me and said, hey, I know I'm a Kansas City Chiefs guy, but this quarterback is actually like my hero. And seeing the documentary recently really brought up those memories of you growing up and just idolizing this greatest quarterback to really ever have a rookie year to end of career, one term with one team. Just a great run. And that's John Elway. And so
If I wasn't still paying this laptop off, I might throw my mic through it right now.
So Dan, here's the card that I bought. This was kind of out on a whim. Now, this is a 96 Topps Chrome Elway Refractor. Now, Elway has a couple of cards in this set. This set to me is of significance because it's the first year of Topps Chrome in football. There are not a plethora of refractor colors or parallels with this.
Not back then.
This is refractor. Now, it's interesting. This is kind of a subset type card, although still numbered out of the base set. This is the 3,000 Yard Club. And to me, I enjoyed this photo of Elway far more than just his regular base card, which I think was him trying to elude a sack from the Washington Commanders, then Redskins player. But this one stood out to me. It's got a pretty iconic Elway pose. And the color of these refractors from 96 Chrome, I don't know if this is an era that you collected Chrome. I did not. I had kind of faded away from my basketball card collecting at the time. But boy, that refractor really pops on there. And very quickly, this Pop 1 PSA 10 stood out to me. And I know I overpaid for it significantly. But I really like the look of these 96 Topps Chrome cards, and I think I might dabble in some more of them. Dan,
I dare you to find another one.
Yeah,
right?
That's the hard part. You don't see many PSA 10s. Now, admittedly, I haven't gone through the checklist or the gem rate for that year. There are some that you can see on eBay. I think there's an Emmitt Smith refractor up right now that's a PSA 8, but you don't see many of the 10s. Do you own any of these? I know baseball is kind of your jam.
No, I was at the mercy of my parents' wallet, and getting Chrome packs, 4 cards at a pack, just wasn't gonna work for me.
Yeah.
With them. I like the design that's going on here. That weird chain link scale thing going on in the background behind Mr. Elway. It's a great design. Too bad that guy's on it.
It's your hero, Dan. It's okay. You're in a safe space here. You don't have anyone like you in the chat to heckle you right now, so it works out perfect. So that was my big pickup of the week, and probably, if I'm being frank with you, gosh, I used to have some Elways up on my wall where you can't see here, like in my little slab holders.
There's a big ugly D that's right next to your head, though.
There it is. So interestingly, I'm moving to Washington here in about 6 weeks. And this is the first time where I've already started to take stuff off my wall. I went to go look at my Elway cards on my wall, and there's just nothing there. So it's kind of an odd sensation. But I think this is the biggest Elway card that I own. Mitch is in the chat and says that this card is a Pop 4. Mitch must have turned into Mitchell. I'm fairly certain it's a Pop 1. At least it was a week ago. If it's a Pop 4 now, then
someone got really lucky.
And someone got really lucky. But regardless, there it is. So that's my pickup of the week. Now, Dan, I've got one other thing to share with you, and I think this one's going to excite you more, but I misplaced it. So pad for me for 10 seconds. Let me see if I can find it.
Right. So, pad. I wasn't prepared to pad.
Oh, you nailed it. So
Perfect.
Dan, check this out. I got a Topps Now. I purchased a Dodgers World Series team set back right after they won the World Series. You know when this thing arrived?
Does it bode well that it's like 3 months late?
Hopefully. In my brain, it said, hey, they're waiting for one of the guys to come in and sign. And here it is. And it just arrived this week. So if you're cool with it, I'd kind of like to just open this right now and see what we got going on.
I want to see it too.
I mean, if there's some sort of autograph in here, that would be quite nice. Are you a big purchaser of Topps Now product?
Only on really special occasions. The last one that I purchased was Salvi hitting his 300th home run and 1,000th RBI in the same swing. That was the last one that I purchased. I purchased 5. I got all base.
Okay, so this is there's a pack in here. Now, I haven't had this before. Have you seen that before?
I have not.
So this is a silver pack.
Are you going to smell it first?
Shit. It doesn't smell like an autograph.
Doesn't smell like an auto? That's a
Oh.
bummer.
I wonder if I should sell it. Well, the deed is done.
Too late now.
Okay, so it's just like a pack of cards right inside there. So
All right.
Shohei, and these are pretty cool looking. They have a World Series champion stamp in one corner, Topps Now in the other. And on the bottom, there is a little label that says World Series champions. I wonder if our fellow Secret Santa mate, sports card photographer, took any of these photos. So I won't go through each one. I'll let you know if there's an auto, but Shohei, Mookie Betts, Teoscar, Blake Snell, Freddie. These are glossy cards. These look pretty cool. Oh, Will
Yeah,
Smith. That might have been
back
when
of
he
them. They're
hit the-
fun.
the game-winning home run in Game 7.
It might have been.
The way he's looking at that.
Look at the back. Those are fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got that kind of weird sheen with the tops shiny.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. All right. Well, it doesn't look like I have any type of special card here.
If Topps knew what they were doing, they'd have sent you one.
That would have been cool. Oh, well. Still some cool cards nonetheless. It looks like I've got a second Mookie Betts. I'm not sure why they did that. Just a different card. All right. Well, those are cool. My parents each bought one as well. I'll be excited to see what they have. But Dan, those are my pickups of the week. Anything that you wanted to share here on the show? I know that you share your weekly pickups over on Brewer and Baker podcast, but anything that you want to share here?
Well, I just wanted to kind of go through very quickly the how things have gone with this big purchase that I teased earlier in the show here.
Okay.
So I'm pulling up when I purchased this card. It was really early in December or January, January 4. January 4, according to the tracking on eBay, it was picked up by USPS that Wednesday.
Okay.
And it needed to go to authentication. And because this person was in Illinois, apparently that meant they needed to go to Opelika. Opelika and their distribution center
Bless you.
is a black hole, a gaping maw that does not hate that place. It's running late. It hasn't even arrived at PSA in Florida yet.
No.
It's been in USPS's hands for 10 days now. And yeah, I hate Opelika. It hasn't even arrived for authentication yet. So so this is not an eBay authentication issue. I kind of like the system. I like the idea. This is a USPS problem. I hate that place. I hate the distribution center.
That is no good. Now, are you even getting movement on your tracking, or is it just there?
Last two updates on the shipment history. 12 a.m. Wednesday, 12 a.m. Thursday. In transit to next facility, arriving late.
I hate that.
That's all I got. So that's what's going on in my life.
Well, Dan, here's for putting out some good mojo for that card to finally get some movement and perhaps ultimately make its way to its proper home. That way we can hear about it. Yeah.
Yes, I would love to show it off, and because it'll be a centerpiece in my collection. I have never spent more actual cash on a card.
Really?
Now I have purchased cards that are worth the same,
Okay.
but it was a cash and trade. This was just straight up cash. So this is the biggest single purchase I've ever made, and it's stuck in transit.
That is the worst. Do we get any hints?
It's a Bobby Witt. That's all you get.
Very nice. Well, you're going to get some movement tomorrow morning. I'm putting out some good vibes out there. I believe.
I will put that in the chat if that happens.
I like it. Well, Dan, before we move on to segment 2, where we're going to highlight some hobby card news, I wanted to get one more update, this time from our guy, Mr. Ricky. And so my thought was to give him a buzz. Now, he went with his family to Disneyland, and he is not expecting this phone call, but I thought, what a better way to interrupt his vacation to just cold call him. So I think we can do that here on the air now. You ready for this?
I'm ready. And do you really think he's not expecting it?
Yeah.
Come on.
I didn't.
This is what the show
How about
does.
that? I didn't tell him. Oh, you think Ricky reads the show notes? Get out of here.
I'm
Get
not saying he
outta
reads it. I'm just saying he expects it.
He probably does expect it. So let's see. First of all, tell me if you can hear that. Can you hear the phone ringing?
I cannot. It'll be a one-sided conversation.
Yes, it will.
eBay.
Oh, there it is.
Ricky,
You've reached eBay.
where are you right now?
Where are we right now? Tiana's place.
Oh, yeah, in Disneyland.
I'm-
You made it.
In the bayou.
That is-
Bayou, baby.
That is fantastic. You're here. Dan and I are here. We're just middle of the show. I thought I would give you a buzz and see what you were doing. Did you get a little snack over at Tiana's?
That's what we're doing right now. I'm on the air.
What
yeah,
do you,
we're snacking on some beignets.
Oh, very nice. Did you now? Oh, Dan, do you ever make beignets?
We do not make beignets. We do make a donut, but not beignets.
I see. Is it
It's
is
too
it a
French.
humidity thing?
It's too French.
Oh, so oh, that's a rough topic. I'm going to leave that one alone. Ricky, how's your trip been so far? Because you drove all there today, right?
Yeah, well, we drove straight through. We literally, because I made a wrong turn. We literally drove from before the sun rose until it set, and stopped in Las Vegas for a meal and decided to make some sports wagers on the weekend games.
Who'd you bet on? Who'd you bet on?
The whole family placed bets. Yeah, the whole family placed a lot of bets.
Okay. Did you go Broncos?
They were on Indiana.
No, we only placed on NFL. We only placed bets on the NFL.
Okay.
And we there may have been a couple of Buffalo Bills bets.
Who made them?
Who made them?
Tell me now.
Definitely Carter.
Damn him.
Definitely. And in the process, the S show that transpired trying to place these bets. First, we go up to the MGM Sportsbook, and there are about 15 guys in black, dressed in black, that just attack me and say, "Oh, have you gotten the good promotion?" And I said, "No." And they said, "Well, we are here to give you your first bet free." And what they wanted is to sign me up for betmgm.com.
Of course.
And use the app. And I said, no. And they wouldn't leave me alone. They walked me to the cashier saying, "Oh, but just let us know because we'd sure hate for you to miss out on this free money." I'm like, leave me alone. So then I find a kiosk as far away from them as possible, put in bets. Carter had placed all sorts of prop bets, Junkie Carter, as they call him around here. And we can't play. He's placing such rare prop bets. Tell me this doesn't sound exactly like him. He's placing such crazy prop bets, the machine doesn't even have them. It's just something he found on some crazy Russian website, probably. And so he then, I put in the money. Well, first of all, I try and put in my debit card. Chad, they do not accept your debit card. The betting kiosk.
Yeah,
so
I think I
had to go
told
get
you that.
cash.
Yeah.
Yep. So then I go get cash, and then I put it in. Realize I can't do Carter's sideways, black, illegal internet prop bet. So I then have to withdraw the money. It gives me a betting slip. I then go to cash out the betting slip at one of the machines. It doesn't take it. I go find a cashier. And don't you notice how every cashier in a casino is just the most pleasant person on planet Earth?
They got to deal with people who don't know how to place a sports bet, you know?
Yeah, I slapped down my ticket, and she says, "You didn't even look up." She says, "Got to take it over to the sports book." Oh, and she took such pleasure in this. And I just said, "All right." I said, "Thank you for the wonderful customer service." And off I went to the sports book where the woman proceeded to scan the ticket through the scanning machine that took approximately 30 seconds, no less than 15 times, before finally being willing to put it in manually, thus giving me back my measly $30 so I could ask Carter. And he then asked for another illegal sports bet. So then I had to have Carter stand next to me at the kiosk while we finished the bet. But other than that, it's been a great trip. Excellent. Awesome. How are you guys?
Ricky, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to criticize you for not wanting to download another app on your phone. Like, that's totally valid. But you live in Utah. You wouldn't be able to use the BetMGM app anyway. So what was the issue?
Well, no, that's precisely correct. I am not one to break one's laws. No, the problem is that we wanted to be holding the tickets. I'm giving my underage children the experience of sports betting and having your last meal money on the line. They need to feel it in their hands, not some app. What are you talking about?
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
Oh, it sounds like a good old fashioned Griswold family vacation.
Yep. Well, I'm going to go try and drown myself at Tiana's, but you guys have a great show.
Good luck, sir.
All right.
Have
see
fun,
you.
Ricky.
Hey.
Yeah.
I love you, man.
Yeah, I love you too. And one more thing, I bet on the Bills.
Go to hell. And he hangs up. You know, that's why attorneys are just the worst. You know that? I hope he loses all of his money for all that time it took.
I don't have many in my life, but none of them are good.
No, they're just not. All right, Dan. Well, let's go ahead and move along here because I want to make sure that we have adequate time to talk about some baseball cards. So I want to go on to the second segment that's going to require maybe a little bit of explanation. I have some sports card hobby news as driven by the feed on Card Ladder. It's the first time we're going to do this. My hope is that it's weekly. It honestly depends on the response. And my goal is to simply make sure that we are covering more broad topics of sports cards as opposed to just what I want to talk about with football and Dodger cards. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. And from what I saw in the show notes, not just sports cards.
Not just sports cards. I wanted to cover everything. So what I'll do is each week try to pull a card from the feed over on Card Ladder, highlight a couple of key points from it, and then at any point either stop me or we'll just roll right through them. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
We'll kind of figure this out on our own if that sounds good.
Sure.
All right. So we're going to start with basketball, and this will encompass the last couple of weeks worth of sales. But the first one that stood out to me in the basketball world was one of note of one Michael Jordan. Now, this one grabbed my eye because it's back in 1992 with Fleer. So I'm going to highlight a couple of sales here. This is the 92 Fleer Michael Jordan All-Stars PSA 10. Now, there's only 11 of these, despite how many of these cards were made. The reason that this particular sale was important from just over a week ago is that it set an all-time high when it sold for 21 grand, Dan, over on Fanatics, which is up 40% from 2 years ago.
Question about this.
Yeah,
This is junk wax era.
it is.
It's not a rookie card. It is early Jordan, so I'll give him that.
Right.
But and it's obviously a PSA 10, right?
Yeah, it's a PSA 10.
Do we know the pop count for that? Is
Are
that listed there?
Pop 11.
Pop. All right. So there's only 11 of them, but still, 21K for junk wax seems crazy. But it is a pop 11, and that makes a little more sense now.
It does. And with it being Jordan, just like the low pop count certainly plays a role, but the Jordan 90 stuff just goes berserk. And if you take a look at this ladder, like look at this, ever since 2020, that's when the Last Dance documentary came out.
Brett would call that a hockey stick.
Oh gosh. Yeah. That's just absurd. This thing is 10x'd over that time. So that one I thought was pretty wild. I definitely remember these types of cards and opening them up in packs and thoroughly enjoying them. Unfortunately, I do not have one as a PSA 10. All right. So that's number one. I have one more NBA card, and this one is Michael Jordan as well. A couple of big Jordan sales over the past week. Now, this one's a 1995 Topps Finest. This is a refractor with the coating. Dan, were you a peel guy or a non-peel guy?
Peel, always peel.
Always
It
peel?
bothered the hell out of me. Yeah, because I want text over my cards. That's a great idea.
Yeah, right. I have not strongly leaned one way or the other with this. However, you make a very fine argument, and I think it's that simple for me. After 30 years, I can easily be swayed. I'm not buying a Michael Jordan refractor to see some text print over a worthless little piece of plastic over the top.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm on board with that. But I highlight this one because there are only 13 of these, despite being in the junk wax era once again, and sold for a record high $26,000. A very similar card sold just a couple of months ago. And even since that time, 2 months ago, this card is up 30%. Dan, what in the hell is going on with these Michael Jordan cards?
Y'all are nuts. That's all I had to say about that.
It's so much money.
It's not even an action shot.
No, I would take this
He's-
card over
he's-
the All-Star, though.
Standing mouth agape looking at somebody.
Probably Tim. Jordan's jealous of Tim's parlay ticket that he has up
Yeah.
in the stands.
Parlay ticket when he was 10.
Would you put it past him?
No, not at all.
Neither would I.
Some
All right.
schoolyard bookie. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you know what? There's one last thing that I want to talk about before we move on from basketball. Speaking of Michael Jordan, there was a heritage. Let's see if I can pull this one up. There was a post from Heritage, and I think we should be seeing this now. The Heritage auction that coming up in like their winter showcase, which I don't believe has started yet.
It's in
Is-
February.
That's it. Is the
Yeah,
97 Ultra the masterpiece one of one?
It's according to Heritage, this is Jordan's first one of one.
What a massive card. What a massive card.
Normally, I wouldn't suggest grading a one of one. I understand slabbing this and getting
Oh,
it
yeah.
authenticated.
Oh, for sure. And it is a PSA 8. And I got to tell you, the front of the card looks really quite good. I think a lot of that 8 is coming from the edges on the back, which at that point, when
Yes.
it's one of one, who cares? But the stamped, the only one of one masterpiece edition. Woo! That's a big card right there. I can only
That's a couple mansions, I think.
That is definitely a couple mansions. That's for sure. So that will be exciting to go for. Maybe like our group chat could pull together funds and see if we could even make like the opening bid for it. That could be fun. So there,
I've got an imaginary $100,000 I could give you.
yeah, it's some house titles and some deeds to things. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
people have some uncles who have gold somewhere. We can figure that out. So that's basketball. All right, let's move on over to baseball. I also have 2 baseball cards. Tell me if you don't see this. This one going back to the 90s, another big sale in that era in the past week is a 93 Topps Finest Barry Bonds, who is a longtime Dodger nemesis. This is a refractor, a PSA 10.
Not
Now-
really hulked out any either.
No,
That's
his
really
head
nice.
seems to be a normal size. Oh, you're talking about the greening at the Topps Finest. I was thinking more about the
No,
The
93, he wasn't doing that yet. I think that was proven pretty well. It was around 98, 99.
exactly. And he was so exciting to watch during that time. Like, even as much as I hated him being on the Giants, it was must-see TV. But this is a Pop 38 card sold for $9,000, which is up 80% over the past year. 80.
These prices must have jaded me because I feel like less than 10,000 for this card seems low for how
Oh.
important that set is and how collectible Barry Bonds is.
First year of
I must-
Finest, I would imagine, for
Yes.
baseball as well, right?
Yes. Yeah. This was the first chrome set from any sport was baseball.
Mm.
So historically important, very collectible player, a person that a player that I personally really dislike,
Yeah.
but it's really collectible. Less than $10,000 actually seems low to me. I must be jaded.
No, Dan, I think that the hobby might just agree with you. If you take a look at this card ladder graph that I have pulled up, and I apologize for people on the podcast, but go check this out over on YouTube. Really, for the past year and a half, we saw prices hovering right around $5,000. And then for whatever reason, after August, we've had 3 sales and just going up and up and up to getting closer to that 9,000. And I tell you what, if this trajectory continues, obviously it's going to be well above that 10,000 where you estimate it should be. Now, Dan, this is exactly why I asked you to come on the show and tell me which baseball card to buy. Look at this. If you would have followed your advice from a year ago, you could really be rolling here.
I would not suggest buying Barry Bonds only because I hate the guy. So,
I like it. I like it. Buy who you like. Let's move on to the next one. Let's go back a little bit further for baseball. 1977. Dan, were you alive in 77?
I was not. I'm younger
And-
than you are, I believe.
Yeah, I was not born in 77, but this is a 1977 Topps Nolan Ryan. This is a PSA 9. So there's almost 300 of these things, but it set a record high when it sold for $2,000 on eBay. And just like the others, this one's up over 50% according to Card Ladder in the past year. Now, there's no reason for Nolan Ryan to be up 50% in the past year. He hasn't put anyone else in a headlock as far as I'm aware. But just another sign of these cards just rolling.
It's the goats that are selling these, giving these big numbers.
Yeah.
This is gonna be one of the things that I talk about on my show.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so let's not do any
Not
more
like
of it.
not like this particular card, but just the idea of the goats and how they are rising in prices.
That's a perfect teaser for your next episode. So
I said I wasn't gonna do that, but I just did it, and I feel bad. Damn it!
how dare you? How dare you? The next one, and speaking of GOAT, how about the Deadpool? This is out of Marvel, 2013 Marvel Fleer Retro, the Deadpool PMG. And you know what comes to mind, and I might be way off course here. If I am, please correct me. The thing that stands out in my mind about these cards, number one, they are cool. I am an Avengers guy. I love the Marvel stuff. It just completely makes me not think about work and all the other stuff going on in life. Hate it or not, but these cards have significantly jumped. And to me, in my mind, did it start with Steve Aoki? It sure seems like it did to me, or at least right around.
Absolutely.
So this card, I am shocked to see that it's still going up in value. This raw, numbered to 50, sold for $2,500, up 58% from 4 years ago. Like, even from that time back in the pandemic, let me see if I can slide over here and make sure that everyone can see this. Look at that graph again. And this does not make sense to me. Like, Deadpool has not been a major player. I don't know that I've seen any trailers of him for the upcoming Avengers movies. I don't know why that would be the case now, but it just seems to be, as you mentioned, like big names, sports cards just continue to be on the rise. So
I don't have an explanation for this. I really don't. He's not like, he's a really popular character, especially among the ones who actually read the books.
Mhm.
But he's not, this was Marvel, so this is not the Hulk or Iron Man or Thor or any of the really big names. He's, B or C tier when it comes to the importance in the world of Marvel. So I don't understand it either.
Are you going to be watching the Avengers with Doctor Doom next year?
I will.
Yeah, me too. I'm super excited for that. All right. Well, speaking of something that makes no sense at all,
Hey,
about this.
I'm very sorry. Can I ask you to look up one non-sports card?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Can I throw a curveball at you?
Oh, let's do it.
All right. 2009 Napoleon, Allen and Ginter, Napoleon pube. I don't know. It won't say pube, but
2009 pube. Let's see what comes up here. Oh, there's nothing there. Have you ever tried to spell something live on the air?
there it is.
There it is.
Framed
This one
DNA
right here.
relic. Yeah. and go to the all-time sales, the year by year sales.
I don't know.
I'd like to see the
is it
graph
going
on
to?
this.
I don't know if it'll let me if it's not in their tracked one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I yes. That's
So
a
I
bummer
don't
because
know-
I know
don't
this
know-
card has sold in years past, and this one sold for $31.50 within the last week.
Yeah. That's the one I'm showing here. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me any others in the past.
Bummer.
Look at
I
that.
know
That's
that has sold in the
my hair
past.
right there.
So, like I said, goats.
Goats. God, just think if we could get Ricky to follow through, if he had Abe Lincoln and Napoleon and like inserted those onto his chin, who knows? Maybe he'd show up to a show on time.
He might.
That'd be a superpower. I like it a lot. Last one that we'll show here. And again, you mentioned things that make no sense. How about Caitlin Clark continuing to rise despite not even playing for most of the season last year? Her 2022 Bowman Chrome University Gold Shimmer PSA 10. Pop 8 for this one. Sold for $4,000 and is up over 100% since 2024, which makes no sense to me.
I wish I was better educated on the WNBA.
Yeah.
I know that she's not performed as well as she did her her rookie year. Since then, as far as I understand it, but
Yeah. She's been
obviously that doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's been injured and she takes a lot of shots. From what I can tell, she's not very efficient. And the people who don't like her, like really don't like her.
Mhm.
But those card prices,
Apparently, it doesn't matter.
it just doesn't matter. So, all right, last one. And this one is only out of the bitterness of my soul. I talked about selling my Donovan Mitchells last week in order to try to fund a card. Well, I did ship off my Donovan Mitchells to consignment, so those should be out there in the next week for people. I sent 2 of them, the Kaboom and the Downtown, but here's the card I was trying to purchase. This is a 2009 SP Authentic Chirography Triples. Elway, Rice, Barry Sanders. 3 of the GOATs on card. Autographed, auto PSA 10. This card is, I think, only numbered to 10, if I'm not mistaken.
It says 10-10, I believe, unless
It does
that's
say 10. It's just a lot of 10s, and then there's a 9 in there. Like, I'm very confused about this. This card had sold raw for just over $2,000 not long ago, and I thought I would comfortably get this for $3,000. Well, your boy showed up to a gunfight with some little twigs and immediately got outbid. I was outbid before even the final day showed up.
So you brought your Super Soaker 250 and they had their
They just mowed me down. I don't even know what they
Yeah.
had, but I was destroyed immediately.
the house hose.
And
So-
that was heartbreak.
So two
Yeah,
questions.
it
Two
fits.
questions.
Going up. Yeah,
One, do you have a backup?
not currently. I have a couple that I'm eyeing up as far as cards go.
Okay.
But they're listed as buy it now on eBay and they're overpriced. And that one I was prepared to pay overpriced for. So I don't currently, which bodes well for 2 reasons. Number one, I'm moving and I'm not going to be working for a month. And we're going to be trying to buy a house and it's going to be a hot mess. So probably saving some funds in that regard is going to be a good thing. But number 2,
Right.
and most importantly, I think will transition us into number 3. Whereas maybe, just maybe, a football card's not what I need.
Ooh,
Maybe as
good call.
spring training starting to roll around, it's going to be coming up shortly. Pitchers, catchers going to be reporting here in a few weeks, Dan. Maybe I need to be looking to boost my Dodger PC.
I have some suggestions.
I like it. And I think with that, let's move on to our third and final segment. Now, Dan, let me ask you this. Before we start, you said, hey, I may need some help for the third segment.
Yes.
Are we getting it?
We might.
All right. Well, if help shows up, help will be invited directly on the air if you're listening to this. And
Stay on.
so I'll tee it up just slightly. Dan, I mentioned to you that, hey, the baseball itch kind of came to me, and especially after the World Series last year of Boston. Steve mentioned astutely my family's baseball team that won. Very exciting. And so I went ahead and jumped on that bandwagon that I created 37 years ago. And from there, I was like, maybe now's the time to buy when people are thinking about basketball and football or something else. And honestly, I don't know how to go about it. I could find cards that are cool, but I want to find something that would be meaningful to me that might have a chance to increase in value with time. But honestly, I just don't know where to start because I've been so far out of the baseball card game. And I said, Dan, please help. So Dan, do you kind of want to take it from there?
Sure. So you mentioned specifically Yamamoto, which I think is an interesting conversation.
Yes.
It's a very interesting conversation.
Why?
So before I start suggesting cards, I wanted to talk a little bit, kind of work our way down to Yamamoto. First,
okay,
let's talk about collecting pitchers. Pitchers have an interesting history. We have to be very careful. Kershaw's cards prices in cards did not really take off until he was cemented as one of the GOATs, right? His stuff was relatively cheap for most of his career until about 22, 23. And then it was at that point when people realized he's a surefire Hall of Famer. He's a GOAT. Time to start buying his stuff. So it took a very long time for his prices to really start to increase. I have a few regrets regarding that. Some stuff I sold too early. Another kind of word of warning that we kind of need to keep in mind is that pitchers can be very fickle. In 2010, the biggest rookie that year was Steven Strasburg. His hype was incredible. His superfractor sold. I remember buying the Beckett, reading the article. Sold for $21,000 in 2010.
Oh.
In 2010 money, 21K. I remember distinctly 2 or 3 weeks later, him blowing his arm out, needing Tommy John surgery, and not coming back for another year and a half.
Yeah, it could be.
He was never the same. Never the same. Now, that was just the superfractor. That was not the superfractor auto out of Topps Chrome. The superfractor auto was a redemption. That was not pulled until like 2015. And by that time, Topps had already given it away as a replacement to somebody else. So collecting pitchers can be a
quick pause real quick. I'm sorry. Is the refractor or is the autograph on a super refractor thought to be more valuable than just the superfractor? Or is this like a prism type scenario where the autograph is kind of like whatever?
No. Autographs on superfractors, because they're on card in Topps Chrome, they're not an afterthought. They hold a premium. That's for sure.
Gotcha. I apologize.
It's okay. You need to know that. So that's the worry with pitchers. Things can happen. Injuries happen, especially these days with players throwing 95 to 100 all the time. I suspect Skeens is going to blow out his elbow here pretty soon. I just have this feeling. So you have to be careful with pitchers. On the flip side, we're talking about Yamamoto himself. He already has 2 rings. We're talking about his performance in this last World Series on the same level as a player that I have vowed never to say his name ever again, but I'm going to break that rule for this show.
Oh.
When they're talking about greatest performances in World Series history, they are talking about him rivaling what Madison Bumgarner did to the Royals in 2014.
Yeah, I don't like
that. And that is the type of performance that Yamamoto had this postseason. So he already has Hall of Fame credentials.
Yes.
2 years into his stint in the majors.
In the majors.
All right. This is really early in his career in the majors, but he already has those credentials. Even if he gets injured and comes back lesser, if he comes back and is 75% of what he was, he's still going to be amazing. Right. So I think it's a safe bet. It's safer than most pitchers. I will
He-
say that.
He does
Safer
have
than most pitchers.
a legacy built in. You know, I was thinking about this earlier. Even if it's a scenario where he's kind of one and done, so to speak, that legacy is Dodger fans. Like he won the Dodgers that World Series.
I mean, Fernando Valenzuela is a huge Dodger. He's the perfect
That
example.
is, you know, I was thinking about that when I was walking my dog, Sam. Like, you know, in worst case scenario, it's Fernando Valenzuela, and he was there. I was a little bit too young to like fully embrace that mania, but obviously, Dodger legend who was there. So, Dan, let's take a quick aside before we go further. Your analysis is good, but if we're going to talk baseball, I want full baseball. I want to
What does
bring
that
in
mean?
one more. We're going to bring in the full gang.
All right.
And there we go, Mitch. There's Mitch. We can see Mitch. I can't hear Mitch.
Well,
Dan,
he's
can you hear
muted.
Mitch?
He's muted.
Only Tim's supposed to be muted.
No, still can't hear you, Mitch.
So this is what we're going to do. As Mitch figures out his audio, which is only appropriate for the show, Dan, go ahead
Sure.
and continue. And Mitch, chime in.
Right.
Chime in whenever you get it, and then we'll bring you right in. But we're going to leave you on the screen while we do.
And when you get the chance, Mitch, why don't you show off your Yamamoto? So, oh God, I lost my train of thought. So let's just run into it. So 2024 Topps flagship design is generally seen as one of the best top flagship designs. So 2024 is a really good year to collect. Now Yamamoto made his debut on opening day in 24, which means his stuff isn't going to be he's not going to have early season cards that have the rookie label, the rookie emblem.
Oh, okay.
So his stuff is going to be kind of later down the line through the release schedule, which is good and bad. I faced the same thing with Bobby Witt. He made his debut in 22 at the beginning of the year as well. So it's the same thing. You and I are facing the same thing there.
Okay.
So you have less to work with. You have less to kind of sift through, which is kind of nice. It also means that there are less rookies to choose from, which means his prices are going to be a little bit more inflated because of that.
Okay.
So
I'm following you.
we are going to start with just base parallels. We're going to start there. Okay. If you pull up can you pull up the emails that I sent you? We're just going to go straight through.
Tell me which one you want to see.
So we're going to start with the Topps Chrome blue parallel.
Okay, I've got it. And hang on just a second. Oh no, that's Bowman Chrome. Bowman Chrome. Topps Chrome update. How about that one?
That one.
Yeah, you got it. Let's go ahead and fire this one up. All right. Can you see my Yamamoto?
That's the autograph. That's going to be a little bit later. It is a raw card.
Here we go.
That's the Bowman Chrome.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That's what I've got. So I've got 6 photos.
Okay.
Of what you
Can
sent me.
you
Here, let's take it off the screen so you can
gosh.
show.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're good. You're good.
So this is the one I'm talking about,
There.
even though
Okay.
it's backwards.
Yeah, I got you.
The design for flagship is really nice this particular year.
That does look good.
I decided to show off blue instead of some of the other parallels. That's what I'm focusing on with my Royal stuff. For you, it'll also be a color match, which is really nice.
Yes.
I wouldn't turn down gold out of 50, orange out of 25, red out of 5. I would not turn those down. But out
I
of
just can't see
150,
the orange and Dodger blue, though, you know?
no, I understand, but I wouldn't turn. It's just rarity.
Okay. Fair enough.
So the blue is a really good color match with you. You've got they're out of 150, so they're limited, but they're not totally out of reach. They're going to be available, right? So that's a really good base card. Pull up the Bowman Chrome that you pulled up earlier.
Oh, yeah.
As much as
the co-host on here, man, but we just
I know.
get
As
the
much
audio
as
too.
as much as the 24 flagship design is beloved, the 24 Bowman design is not. It's not the greatest. It's not bad. It just doesn't hold a candle to what flagship's design looks like.
And I completely
So,
agree with you so far, just as far as like immediate looking at the
mhm,
card. This Bowman Chrome, it shows Yamamoto about ready to throw a pitch, but there's something to the border where it is Dodger blue, but it also has black going around the border, and I'm just not digging that.
right. So that's another option. It's not going to be as popular. So
Oh, it's not as popular with me. I would agree with that.
one other base parallel I wanted to show you, and it's actually out of flagship. It is it's one of the paper cards. So they're not going to be as collectible. But in 24, they released for the first time what they call the team color parallel.
Mm.
And so I may have to do this again.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
There we go.
Oh, look, that's kind of interesting.
Right. So
Hmm.
it has foil accents. The flagship has foil accents, so there is some shine to it. And the border has the LA logo throughout it with the blue colors in the background of the border as well.
I
I looked
think
up
that
the
I
pop
think it's
the
cool,
print run for
Dan,
that.
but
It's
I'm not loving it. Sorry, go ahead with your
s-
print run.
s- I know, I understand. Again, it's the first time they did it. If they continue to do it, it'll be the first iteration of it, right?
Oh,
It's only a print run of 190. I feel like this design may have upside to it. It is paper, but I believe it does have upside to it.
okay. Yeah, I like first of things. That draws my attention. Mitch has given us the nod of approval. Silent Mitch, the nod of approval. I like it. Ah, man,
So
Mitch, I'm sorry.
those are the base cards that I wanted to talk about. Those are gonna be the most important ones.
Okay, so the winner, the clear cut winner of that one is what?
If I were to collect, if I were to get only one of those, it'd be the Topps Chrome.
I like it. I'm on board with that.
If I was to get two of them, it would be the second one would be the team color parallel out of paper.
Okay.
They're really close in my opinion.
Okay. Fair enough.
So
Oh,
I'm gonna. There it
look at
is.
this. Before Mitch goes, you're having a hard time getting his audio. He's showing us his gold, his foil. That's the yellow foil, right?
Yellow crackle foil board.
Oh,
Yes.
that is such a good looking card. He had this in national, numbered to 50. Whew. Mitch, you want to sell that one?
He does
He's
not want to sell it.
he's
I'm talking
silent.
about it. Oh, he's thinking about it.
Mitch, you think about that. Mitch, I'm going to keep you backstage just because the mic isn't working, unfortunately. But I do appreciate you calling in. Okay. So, Dan, let's go ahead and push
Luke
forward.
all over again.
Yeah, right.
So the next
Okay. So
batch of
those
cards
are
that I'm going to talk, the next batch of cards I'm going to talk about are inserts that are not autographs. So akin to kabooms and downtowns and things like that. First one I'm going to talk about is the Bowman Spotlight.
Oh, I
There
have
we
liked
go.
these a lot. I do. I have not seen one in person. However, we have highlighted these on Card Talk with Mrs. Doc, and these cards look very nice.
So they have a refractory sheen to it with that black in the background. It looks really, really nice. They're clean. They are not complicated in the background. I honestly wish they didn't have any logos on the front. That's about the only detraction that I have with them. But
Okay.
other than that, I happen to quite love these cards. They are case hits, I believe. So, but the print run is not tiny. They did not skimp on printing Bowman Chrome.
Oh, okay.
So the next one I'm going to bring up is it died.
I don't think you were supposed to show me that photo, Dan.
No. It's
Oh, yeah.
knockoff downtown.
I'm familiar with these.
So this is Topps Chrome HFA home field advantage. I happen to like these better than downtowns. They are actual photographs and not AI generated slop.
Gosh,
And they
those are
still have
cool.
a red. They still have they've got the LAX and I don't know what the Ferris wheel is in the background, but it's really cool kind of features of LA around it.
I like that. I could see my parents buying that card. I could see my mom buying that card, to be honest with you. And I like it as well. But just with all the features that you said, that's what popped off in my mind.
Right. So those are the two main rookie year ones that I'd like to mention, but there are ones from 25 that I'd like to point out to you.
Okay. I'm listening.
We have the K Zone. This is a flagship product, so this is a paper card. It is a die cut. It's shiny with foil.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
These are SP, and I happen to like these a lot better than the SSP version, which is this one. Now, for you, that looks forward, but that's because it's
Uh,
backwards.
to
They
me,
just
it looked
flipped it.
like the bat didn't come off my shoulder.
So all that they did is they just flipped the photo. So when you look at it in person, the logos are backwards. It doesn't look right. They're super short printed, so they're much rarer. But I prefer the original regular K Zone.
Do you?
I do. I don't like the SSP, the
You
backwards
you
K.
don't like the backwards K?
I don't.
Okay.
I do
You
not.
don't feel like he threw something nasty and just buckled him. They couldn't even swing the bat.
I like the idea, but if they didn't, but they needed to use the original photo. The fact that they just mirrored it
Oh
and it's
yeah.
backwards
Okay.
bugs the hell out of me.
Yeah, I can get behind it.
Finally, the all aces
I
from this
was
year.
wondering if you were going to bring that up. Yeah.
I have seen one all aces in person. It was at one of the local card shops here. It was a Babe Ruth. Photographs do not do those cards justice.
Oh.
They are absolutely gorgeous. They are incredibly short printed, and their prices reflect that. They are incredibly expensive. Uh, Graded this 9, I believe, $4,000.
Whoa.
Yeah,
No kidding.
yeah. I am One of my next purchases is going to be a Bobby Witt All Kings, I think. I'm not going to get it graded. I'm only going to get it raw because I can get them for $500 to $600. Graded, they're over 1,000. So I'm just not going to pull that trigger. I can only buy them raw.
Getting it
So
raw for $500 or $600 seems like a lot, but when you're getting that type of, product and end results, just I could see why you would like that. Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous cards. So if you're not going to get one of those rookie inserts that I mentioned earlier, those might be ones you might want to look at.
Boy, though I'm buying everything that you're selling me so far. I like this a lot.
So if I were to choose from the rookie cards, if I were to choose and money was no object, I might go with the Spotlight. I just like how it looks.
It looks so cool to me. And that is one that actually, while you're talking about these next ones, I'm going to actually put up on my eBay Safe Search list so I don't forget because I like that a lot. You said those weren't numbered, right? And they're not necessarily short print?
They're not. They're case hits. They are not numbered. I believe that in Topps Chrome there is one parallel. It's the Superfractor, and that's it.
And is that a Topps Chrome or a Bowman Chrome?
It is a Bowman Chrome product.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, that sounds good. What do you have next?
As far as autographs go, we're just talking straight autographs. Because he made his debut at the beginning of the season, and because he didn't have a whole lot of early season product stuff, he doesn't have a whole lot of on card autographs. This is his Topps Chrome autograph card. I don't know how well you can see this card.
It shows up. It looks good.
It is this Topps Chrome update is a sticker autograph. And that is a thing that Topps Chrome update did.
Why?
Topps Chrome update, at least up until this last year, have been sticker autographs. They are on card this year, but in 24, they were stickers. So I'm not going to suggest. I don't mind stickers if I pull them, but I'm not going to suggest it. I'm not going to purchase it personally. So there we are. The other option for like flagship style is the Bowman Chrome autograph.
Hmm.
It is on card.
Now,
So
traditionally with Bowman, though, we're not necessarily looking at a rookie card badge that tends to go with Bowman Chrome, right? Like with Bowman, you're tended getting Bowman first, but in this case, he doesn't have a Bowman first. So
he does not have a Bowman first. You were correct about that. And as you can see up in the corner, it does have the rookie badge because this is his rookie year. So it's a rookie card autograph. But you're right. Bowman Chrome is not known for their rookie autographs. But it's the only one that's on card between Topps Chrome and Bowman Chrome.
Okay.
So there's your dilemma there. I'm going to throw a couple of curveballs at you though.
Okay.
They're not going to be as expensive, which could be a good thing.
Yes.
They're on card, and I've maybe heard one person say they don't like this particular type of card, and it is the Allen and Ginter mini framed autograph. So
I don't know, Dan.
That's
on it.
That's the base. The base has this brown. That's kind of their normal color, the brown frame. They do have options in 24, however. I found 2 blue ones. This blue frame, it's kind of a lighter blue.
Okay.
And I believe that's out of 50, I think.
Almost getting a color match there.
And I found this black frame with blue accents from Allen and Ginter X.
That looks pretty cool.
I believe that's out of 25 or 50 or something like that as well.
Okay.
So those I think are going to be your best options for on-card autographs with Yamamoto. Most of his autographs are stickers, most of them, for just plain straight up autograph cards.
Okay, I got you.
And there are a few I think that I saw from like tier 1. Those don't hold the same value. Like they're not cheap, but they don't have the same significance for just autographs. Tier 1 is not known for autographs. That's not their deal.
Yamamoto's a significant guy in Dodger history. I want a significant card.
Sure. So between those, if I'm looking for color match and shiny, I'm sticking with the Bowman Chrome autograph I'm purchasing.
Yeah, you're right. I'll throw it up here again. I think you're spot on, and I would totally agree. Like these are.
But I also love Ginter, so Ginter cards are always going to hold a strong place in my heart. So I would never turn down a Ginter autograph. I love how the framed autographs look.
Okay, fair enough.
And they've been doing it for 20 years.
That way, but
Ginter's not going anywhere. They've been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah. Okay. I get behind what you're selling, but in this regard, for me, that Bowman Chrome looks real nice.
And it is the same photograph as his base from Bowman Chrome. So,
Which makes
and it's
sense.
the same design, same photograph. Finally, relics and auto relics. From what I could tell, there is only one rookie auto relic with game used relics. Only one game used. So it is out of Dynasty. So I know you know all about Dynasty.
Yeah.
There we go.
I was gonna say I think I've got it here.
If you got it, I'd rather you show it. My phone sucks.
Okay. Let's see. I think you sent me 2 out of Dynasty. I'll show the horizontal.
Yes, that's the horizontal one is first. Now the good thing about Dynasty is even though they're all there's 3 levels for each card. There's 1 out of 10, 1 out of 5, and 1 out of 1, right? But I counted. There are 7 different Yamamoto cards in Dynasty. So you're working with probably 120-ish cards between all of them.
Okay.
So there's only 10 of this, but there are 6 other designs that are horizontal and 1 vertical. So they're all on card. All of the relics in Dynasty are going to be game used. This is the only RPA that's game used for Yamamoto. Everything else is player worn, which is a step down. For you, that might be an issue. For someone like Kyle, it's not necessarily an issue. They prefer game worn, but they'll step up and buy a player worn one as well.
Okay.
So this is the traditional looking Dynasty. Unfortunately, they're horizontal. Pull up the vertical if you can.
Yeah, sorry. Let me save this search over here on eBay. I was getting busy while you were telling me the goods. Here we go.
So these are dual relics. I wish that they were actually patches instead of relics. Maybe
Yeah.
the of this one, yeah, that one's of 5. So even the of 5 is a patch or a relic,
It's
a
too bad.
napkin. So that's a bummer, but it is game used. Game used.
It's a great looking card, but I do prefer the horizontal
Yeah.
configuration here.
The other
Oh, yeah.
options that you have for on-card relics are from Triple Threads. So that's just a regular relic. It's a big old jumbo patch with a nice piece of trim there.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And then there's one other one that I sent you. It is an autograph. It's a triple relic, 2 patches. The patches
that's
are
cool.
smaller, but they're nice. Obviously from a logo.
And player worn for those.
Those are player worn and they're on card. This one is an on card autograph. The rest of them are stickers and player worn. I didn't think you'd be interested in those.
Yeah, I saw some Inception ones that I wasn't loving. This is the card right here, though, Dan. How
Yeah.
much is this going to set me back? Do you
So,
have any idea? This Dynasty,
the
horizontal Dynasty?
here's something you need to keep in mind when you're shopping with Yamamoto. You're not just fighting LA fans with Yamamoto.
I know.
We're fighting all of Japan as well, basically. So you have 2 huge markets for this. From what I saw, even though it's a B is for Beckett 9, it's still a $4,000 card.
Oh, my Lord. And you're telling me this dude could blow out his elbow tomorrow?
He could.
Oh, my God. Oh, my.
Dynasty is baseball's flawless. This is their RPAs. So you do need to keep that in mind.
Now, oh, my God. Okay, out of all the cards you just told me, say I have a $4,000 budget. And this was it, right? These were the cards, right? The menu.
Mhm.
I've got the full menu. So if I have $4,000, what are you doing?
I'm seeing if I can find maybe all the other photos that the Dynasty has, the Dynasty horizontals. I want to see what the other ones look like. I don't hate this photo. It's just imposing. If there is one that's in action photo, I would go for that personally.
Okay.
But I would get a Dynasty if I had $4,000 to play with.
I really like this card. This card looks awesome. Okay. Well, Dan, I think I need
This
to go
is coming
buy
from
this
somebody
card.
who does not, in fact, own any Dynasty cards. And has only owned one at any time in his life.
Yeah, I only have one, and it's that Kershaw, and it is a vertical. But this card looks incredible. Dan, you've really made me think here, and this is about baseball, for hell's sake. So, out of everything you just showed me, this is like the must-have card. I think perhaps after the 2 Donovans that I have off to consignment, maybe I need to find another piece or 2 that needs to go away, and then see if I can find this card either at auction or buy it now, and go get this card.
You might want to look carefully at where they're coming from with all of the international shipping that we've been talking about on the show chat.
Right.
A lot of them are coming from like Taiwan and Japan, so you'll have to kind of keep that in mind when you start looking. You've ruined my you've absolutely ruined my eBay search algorithms.
I appreciate, Dan, the amount of research that you did coming into this. I'm blown away. And look at this. I thought that we'd be talking for half an hour or an hour 20 into this. So, yeah, Dan, I am absolutely blown away. I'm going to give you one more chance to plug your show here in just a second as we wind down. So keep your thoughts going about that. But I will say I love the spread that you've given me, whether it's his base rookie card, his autograph rookie card, some inserts, which you know I am a fan of. And that really, tickled my spot there too. But boy, that Topps Dynasty, I think that's one to go get. The hard part is, and we've all been through this before, is exactly what you said. You can go buy a massive card, and especially with a pitcher, and it seems like pitchers don't traditionally hold value. However, if he gets injured, that's a tough one from a value standpoint.
We did just see a Nolan Ryan card sell for basically $3K, right? So
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. All right, very
and
good.
it wasn't even a rookie card. It was like 10 years into his career.
Which is crazy. And there were 300 of them too, which is so wild. All right, Dan. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up the show while I find the button on the soundboard. Why don't you tell everyone where they can go find more incredible baseball card content?
So we are on all of the major platforms, the Brewer and Baker Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Brewer Baker Podcast. That is our handle. Mitch and I will be recording on Saturday, and we will be releasing a new episode this coming Thursday. Can't wait.
I love it. Well done. Well, let me tee up some music here. Dan, that was a hell of a job. Well done,
Thank
man.
you. Appreciate it.
Well, we're missing Ricky. Ricky, I hope you have fun at Tiana's place. But for the Baker, I'm Chad. We'll see you guys next week. I don't know how loud I'm supposed to raise those buttons or not. Who knows? Hopefully people
Who
can hear it.
knows?
Well,
How many beignets did Ricky crush?
well, here's the thing about Ricky that he